Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies. It just wouldn't be an NFL draft if the Saints did not move up in the draft. They tried to do it day one to get to that 23rd pick with the Vikings. That did not work. So Mickey Loomis and the Saints, they finally trade up in the 4th round, getting that first pick of the 4th round, getting pick 103. They give up pick 115 and 165, trading about an hour before the draft starts. And with that pick, the Saints select Nick Saldiveri, guard/tackle from Old Dominion. Now, this definitely was a position of need. I know people are going to be outraged because everybody wants that sexy pick, but this is a sneaky need for the Saints. This guy's listed at 6'6", 320 pounds, played 5 years in college, and it's just a position of need for the Saints. They've shown this entire draft that they're only going to draft positions of need. I did say guard was a position of need, and I definitely thought it was going to be a guard that was drafted. I wanted the receiver, but you can still find receivers late. Usually once the good offensive guards, offensive tackles start going, it's over with. He was projected a late 3rd, early 4th round pick, so the value is right where it is. The Saints obviously really loved him to move up in the draft. It's obviously a guy that they really wanted, and maybe they thought another team in front of them were going to draft him, so they move up, they get this guy. And with that offensive line, the injuries that we've had over the years, this is a very good pick. I mean, you're just looking at Ryan Ramczyk, who obviously been a staple all-pro guy at right tackle. Then you got Cesar Ruiz at right guard, who had a pretty good year, but he's going to have to show me, more than one season what he's about. Anybody can do it for a year. Let's see him do it for 2 years, 3 years, put some years back to back together. Then you got Eric McCoy at center. He's obviously really good when he's out there. At left guard, you got Andres P., who restructured his deal, who's probably going to be on the last year ever with the Saints. I don't think he'll be re-signed after this unless he just has an amazing season, a healthy season, and maybe the Saints will work something out with him. Then obviously at left tackle, you had James Hurst last year, but you drafted Trevor Penning in the 1st round to be that future left tackle. So I think this is a really good pick for the Saints, even though a lot of people won't like it just because of the position. I don't know much about the player. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I watch Old Dominion play football, because if anybody's saying that, they're probably lying to you. I just have to stay consistent of what I've been saying in my other videos. I said I think we're going to draft a guard/center, hybrid or something like that. We'd go with the guard-tackle hybrid. So I was kind of on the money with that. I just knew we are going to take a guy that plays multiple positions on that offensive line, because that's what happens, man. A guy goes down, maybe your left tackle goes down, and you have to move, your left guard to left tackle or vice versa. Maybe your center goes down, you have to move Ruiz to center. You have to throw in a guard right there. It's just been a lot of mix and matching on that Saints offensive line, a lot of shuffling going on the past couple seasons with these injuries, because McCoy was injured, Ryan Ramczyk was injured, Trevor Penning was injured, Andres Pete was injured. So the offensive line, I think, finally gets another guy they can add to that list. Now I think we're 9 deep at the offensive line with your starters, who allegedly is supposed to be Pete, Penning, McCoy, Ruiz, and Ramczyk. You got Landon Young, James Hurst, and Kelvin Throckmorton. Now Kelvin Throckmorton and Landon Young, Throckmorton has played multiple positions. James Hurst played left tackle. Landon Young has played right tackle. So this guy, he's just going to be a backup guard, and I like it because Andres Pete and Cesar Ruiz didn't really have a solid backup. So this guy can come in and be a backup with them. That's going to be 9 linemen deep. You're going to need every last one of those linemen. Then you also have Lewis Kidd, who played some tackle and guard for us last year. He's going to have a chance to make that roster as well. And that'll put the linemen at about 10 deep. You usually carry about 9 to 10 linemen. So I think this guy has a real good chance to make this team for the Saints with that 4th round pick. I don't think they will move up in the draft if they really didn't like him. I'll definitely turn on the film if you can find Old Dominion film out here. But I like the position. Like I said, I'm really not grading the players this season. I'm grading the positional needs of the Saints. In the 1st round, we took a defensive tackle. That was an obvious need. 2nd round, we took a defensive end. That was another obvious need. Running back, I wouldn't say that was an obvious need, but you need to get younger. You need to get quicker at that position. Alvin Kamara, suspension looming. That was a positional need as well. And now in the 4th round, we take a guard, also another position of need. We might not like the player name. We might, because he went to Old Dominion. You want the Ohio State, the Bama guys, the Florida guys, etc. But, guys can play football anywhere. So I'm not going to really judge the player with this pick. I'm just judging the positional need, and the Saints definitely needs a versatile lineman, a guard, a guy that can definitely play guard. And maybe he can, sit a year, maybe get some playing time if injuries come up, and then maybe he can, be a future starter in 2 to 3 years with the Saints. Now, obviously, that's a long ways away. But I do like the positional pick. I'll definitely get, to watching his film, see what he can bring to the table, see him at tackle, see him at guard, see if he can help this team year one. And if not, that's fine because you're going to need backup lineman anyway. I can almost guarantee he's going to play this season. It's going to be, almost impossible for your 5 starting linemen to play all 17 games. That's just going to be, damn near impossible in the NFL situation. Now I'm just going to read basically straight from the NFL draft combine website, his results, his strengths, his weaknesses, because like I said, I didn't watch any Old Dominion football. I think I actually might have caught one game of Old Dominion football on accident. His athleticism score at the combine, he ranked 3rd amongst all guards. Production score, he ranked 6th amongst all guards. In total score, he ranked 5th amongst all guards at the NFL Combine. Ran a 5.2 40-yard dash, had a 31-inch vertical jump, 9.3 broad jump, 24 reps on the bench press. Now I'll read a quick little overview on him and talk about his strengths and weaknesses that they listed, not my strengths and weaknesses because I haven't seen him play. Like I said, 3-year starter with good overall size and length and a potential to play multiple spots along the offensive line. Just right there, that's good for the Saints. We're going to need that. It's a lot of mix and matching, like I said, on that offensive line when guys go down. Saldiveri is a naturally athletic and should fit best as a zone blocker or pulling guard who can get out to space and find work. Hand skill and placement are consistent issues on tape and could prevent him from neutralizing NFL opposition at a functional level. If he proves he can snap the ball and make moves to a center, that should improve his draft stock and give him a better chance as a pro. Now that was just a quick overview on him, and everything that shows is basically what I said the Saints need to do. I mentioned a center guard hybrid. Obviously, they think, on the NFL draft website that he can make that change to center. So that's just basically what I predicted in my last video. The Saints need a center/guard hybrid guy. He's obviously played guard, tackle, and they think they can play center. So that's all 5 positions on the offensive line. That's definitely going to help. I'm looking at some of his strengths. They say his football IQ. They keep talking about his athletic ability. Now I'm looking at some of his weaknesses. Fails to engage and command the rep through the whistle. So he's the opposite of Trevor Penning, I guess, when it comes to that. And it's just more stuff that, you expect a 4th round pick to have weaknesses in. Nothing like, super glaring, super major that I can see right now as a weakness. But you're a 4th round pick. You're not going to come in as a finished product. You're going to obviously have some strengths. You're going to obviously have some weaknesses. But I like the positional pick. I like the versatility on the offensive line. I'll have to watch him to see how good I think he is, or how good I think he could be. Obviously, the Saints did their homework on him. They moved up for him, and they obviously like the guy that they got. So it is what it is, man. In the 4th round, the Saints select Nick Saldiveri, guard, tackle, center, whatever you want to call him, from Old Dominion. I like the positional pick. Like I said, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. As always, this is the Boo Tragedies, and I'm out.